let's dive into it and get to today's session. All right, so number one, I'll do a quick recap of day one, kind of Banth's launch of his AI SaaS agency and why he's doing it. Banth then is going to dive into his perfect offer and the ideal mechanisms for it, so you can get a sense of like what you should price it at, how you should do it, and how he's leading with it, with his plan to ultimately grow his SaaS agency. The strategies for the pricing, the costs of the goods sold, and then the profit margin, which is ultimately kind of the key piece here of all of it. Okay. Now, in case you weren't here yesterday, housekeeping, yes, 100% we will send the replays. We're going to send those to you via email on Friday. This is the most common question we get. We will send you the replays. You can watch it as much as you like, so you can re-listen to any of like the really solid jokes that I say, because I know what you guys are here for, right? See bands laugh. See, I'm so good at this. Hopefully you guys are laughing too. Anyways, the questions, anything you got, if you can drop into the Q&A function, which is in the bottom right format of Zoom, either in the more or just as a button itself, that will help us make sure that we answer every single thing. Luis, there will be a replay. We got you. We'll have an opportunity for you to join the last AI agency bootcamp to build alongside Band. We brought this up yesterday, and we're just going to bring it up one more time really quick right now, and then dive into the rest of the session for offer pricing and everything of that nature. Okay. Now, at the end of the session, we're also going to give you our cost calculator. It breaks down exactly the cost you have to pay. So like HighLevel, the AI usage per sub account, and the bootcamp fee. So then you could see what it would take for you to make a return on your investment. That's the insight and opportunity. Super cool calculator to leverage and use. And you can also kind of turn it over and use it for your clients. Go ahead, Ben.
At the end of Friday is when the calculator is going to get emailed along with the replays.
Yes, 100%. All right, sweet. Let's keep it rocking. So in case you are unaware, Bant is launching his own AI agency. That's kind of the big news, obviously, over the last couple of weeks, and he's going to build it with you live, raw, and real. So you're going to see him spectacularly succeed and fall flat. Don't expect it's just going to be a rising model. Like it's only going to work. There's going to be challenges, and that's part of it. We want to do this raw and real with you, and I think that's the big key of what we're trying to bring. And he's going to do it completely by himself, based solely on the tools that are provided in the bootcamp. He's going to be a student just like you inside the bootcamp in just 30 days. He's going to launch this. When we say all by himself, that means he's not sending anything to Extendly's list. And you guys need to hold him accountable, okay? If he's secretly emailing you like, hey, like secretly like book a call with me so I can add it to the boot, don't let him do that. Okay? There's no secrets here. He's not sending anything to the Extendly list. He's not going to use Extendly's business network or connections. He's going to use his own personal ones, just like you would. Okay. He's going to do his own prospecting and setting up his own ads. I'm really excited to see that, by the way. And he's going to do all the webinars and sales calls himself too. Okay. He's going to show you step by step how he's doing it and building it. And then for fulfillment, he will use Extendly's white label support and done for you onboarding. You should do that as well. It's not required. Again, in the boot camp, you will learn how to do onboarding, but you don't have to use Extendly. You're just going to more than likely want to based off of kind of the frustration of doing it. If anyone has done any sort of like tech onboarding for GHL, it's pretty frustrating. You won't want to do it. Someone asked about the stuff from yesterday, the snapshots and stuff, or the sales pages. 100%. Everything is going to come on Friday. Okay, we'll got you. So yeah, that's what it means by all by himself. For clarity, the idea here is that HighLevel and Extendly together is the fastest shortcut to AI SaaS. Someone on here yesterday was referencing that they're newer to the HighLevel ecosphere and that they've had some issues with like support. That's the whole concept of what Extendly is there for, right? To help you with the support on a white label side for client fulfillment and also done for you onboarding as well. The entire framework of Wahi AI, his AI, is going to be built on these two companies and then focus on three pillars, which he's going to discuss in detail today: voice AI, text AI, reviews AI. A lot of you are asking about like other functionalities of HighLevel, etc. If you keep it simple to just these three things for now, it will maximize your success rate. If you add more stuff to this, it might make it a little too complex, might make it overwhelming to the prospect, and maybe get a lot of, well, Brad, I need to think about it. Well, Al, send me a proposal. We want to avoid that. We want people to buy, opt in, adopt as fast as possible, and doing it with a simpler model is the right model. Okay. The shortcut obviously is going to be using Extendly. So this is the boot camp that we have. He is going to use the boot camp, the AI agency in a box, because it's ultimately going to save him a bunch of time and help him make a lot more money a lot faster. We're going to help you with setting up the AI agency. We're going to help you with the onboarding systems and the white label support as well. And that way, he's going to be able to run this business a lot more effectively. Now, yesterday, we brought this up, and this is really, really important. So I want to clarify this really fast. Okay. We had most of you join yesterday at the 29.95, and multiple people messaged us about, like, hey, I know you said it only for 25 people at 29.95, but I didn't know about the boot camp. So I just want to be upfront so we're clear. We've done this type of webinar like 6 months in a row, and we had assumed most of you had already heard this and knew what the bootcamp was. The goal yesterday was, hey, we're going to have a short session. We're going to say Bant's running, his AI agency. Now's the time to join the bootcamp. And then about 150 people were like, I have no idea what the bootcamp is. So I think we didn't clarify enough what that is. So today, again, for the last time, we're going to give you the opportunity to join it at 2995, and we'll show you in a second. This will be the last chance for 10 people to do it. I'm going to keep this simple and show you everything that's included, and then Ban's going to dive into the offers, what we recommend you should do, and go from there. Any questions you have, we'll answer them, okay? These are the sales pages that are included in the bootcamp. It's for a salon or med spa, real estate, that was the one I was forgetting yesterday, restaurant, and home services. These are the sales pages that you will have. So you don't have to make your own version of a sales page. You can just set up the already used one in the snapshot. Much easier. There's also a generic one that's not shown here that in case you decide to not niche, like band, for example, or you're going to go into a different niche, you just edit that one a little bit, probably take you 30 minutes or so. You also get all the ad templates. The intention is to run ads to generate revenue. If you do not have money to invest into the bootcamp and run ads, we understand that. You'll do outbound prospecting strategies, which Bant will also do. You make the money from that, and then from there, you would then go ahead and invest into ads. All the prompting and setup is going to be shown to you how to do it exactly by Extendly, step by step, including in the snapshot, to show you how to set up a product that you can confidently sell and actually deliver something of quality to the client. That's the key. We don't want you selling something that's just snake oil. We want you selling something ethically and with integrity, knowing that the product is actually going to work and be very good. If you don't know the technical setup, Extendly is really good at it. You're going to also get a lead magnet that you can use for ads, or you can use it as a follow-up mechanism. There's a couple different ways we talk about in the bootcamp how to do it. It's basically this framework of like 7 ways AI can boost efficiency and save money for your business or make money for your business. It's really cool. You can edit it a little bit, but ultimately it's a really useful technique to showcase like, hey, I have this tangible asset that you can leverage to help your client make more money. The entire webinar system that Sharon created is going to be able, right, to break down for you step by step how to do one-to-many sales. I have provided you an already pre-recorded webinar. We also give you specific pitch decks. Again, you're going to get this for just being on the session, but the snapshot has all the automations done for you for setups, so like you guys coming to this webinar, the follow-up emails, etc., the landing pages. It's already complete for you. There's a little bit of work to be done, of course, in terms of editing for your business, but a huge amount of work is already done. All of the prospecting trainings done by my company, Prospecting on Demand, are here, which is all outbound trainings for calling, going in person, cold emails, advertising, etc. It's all clarified for you. I myself personally coach the sales training in the program. My big thing is the one call close. So teaching you exactly frame by frame how to do sales ethically and appropriately, and then an entire objection handling script framework. There's like 35 objections in there. I need to talk to my partner. I need to think about it. I need to move money around. I need to wait until after the holidays. Someone said they can get this for cheaper. Those types of things, all role played videos in Loom, very, very clearly breaking down for you step by step how to overcome those objections. Okay. You're also going to have sessions Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. They'll be roughly about 90 minutes or so. Every single session will be recorded, and then everything is in the members area portal inside of HighLevel's community to make it easy. So you'll have access to the community, you'll have access to the members area, you'll have access to the live calls and the replays. This will help you understand how to leverage and utilize the bootcamp, which is really an accelerator in a 1-month span. It's 12 live sessions, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting on June 2nd. Okay. Now, what we've done is because we did not clarify some of those deliverables yesterday, for the next 10 people who wanted to get more clarity yesterday but didn't have it, we'll let you join at yesterday's price, the 2995. You can use the coupon June 20th. If June 20th works, June 20 number, if that works at a getextendly.com/AI, Bant, can you drop the link for them, please?
Yep.
getextendly.com/AI. If the June 20 coupon works, then you're good. If it does not, then the price has moved to $34.95. Okay, that's what it will be. We wanted to make sure that this was fair to bring up today because, again, the intention was that most of you already knew what the boot camp was, but apparently not everybody did. So apologies for that yesterday, but we wanted to give that clarity. Okay, it's 2995. Now, the question might be like, why have you delayed? So I would love to know like which one is resonating with you the most, right? Like the AI or tech setup is too challenging. This is probably my biggest reason why I've delayed myself, right? Finding clients is too hard. I don't have money for ads. I can't create a compelling offer. You're going to learn that on today's session. I need a sales page and a demo video explaining the AI employee. I'm scared I can't sell well enough to make this viable. So here's the thing, okay? The AI Bootcamp was specifically designed to make your AI SaaS launch easier. All of those things are covered. To make it easy, we cover four real clear elements: offer, which we're going to cover today in this session; prospecting, which is how to generate booked sales calls; sales, how to convert those calls into clients; and fulfillment, which is delivering for those clients, right? Just like when you pay us, you expect us to deliver quality. It's the same thing. When your clients pay you, you need to deliver them quality. And we're going to show you exactly how to do that. All four elements are covered in this 1 month bootcamp. For the next 10 people, you could still join at 2995, launch your SaaS agency alongside Band as a student with this bootcamp. We'd love to do it. And this will be the last bootcamp that we run. If you want to be a part of it, getextendly.com/AI. While Band's going to continue, I'm going to go through any of the questions that were here. But again, I'll drop the link one more time and then hand this off to you, Band. We're good to go. But I wanted to make sure everyone was super clear on this one more time. Limited to the next 10 people, $29.95. The coupon is June 20. June 20. I'll write it here in the chat for you. All right. All right, Band, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex. I'm going to make you a co-host as well, just so let anybody in. It looks like people are still joining in. All right. So, what's up, guys? Let's talk about what it is that we're going to offer. And as I talked to you about yesterday, I am not niching down into a particular industry to start out with. Not that I can't. That's what picking a niche is a process that I want to make sure that all of us are able to understand, and I'm going to purposely go through that process. By the way, niching down is absolutely amazing. And if you are in a particular industry and you have the know-how, the experience in that industry and how to solve those problems, you should absolutely niche down into that industry. However, niching down into an industry is not the only way to go. There is a second way, which is what I am going to be doing, which is niching into a service offering. With that being said, my offer that I'm going to present to customers will be around the AI offering. That's what I will be leading in with. That's what I will be talking to customers about. And that's what I want to share with you today here. All right. So my offer in my SaaS agency, in the AI SaaS agency, will be first voice AI. So the customer gets something like an AI receptionist or an after-hour answering service or a mix of two to solve their problem. It could also be an appointment setter, depending on what their needs are, right? That's what they get access to. And then number two, they'll get access to a reviews AI, which will help gather more reviews, send review requests from their existing customers, and respond to reviews via AI as well. Then last up will be conversational AI, installing a web chat widget on their website to power their analog communication or their manual communication with AI. In return, they become a 24/7 business with the ability to provide automated customer service, taking messages, answering frequently asked questions, collecting lead information from their existing or potential new customers all around the clock without even when that business is closed, right? So, which is essentially setting them apart to do improve their operations better against their competitors. So this is the exact offer that I will be leading in with to customers that I will be talking to. Now, what are some major benefits of applying this type of an offer or a software service to their operational core? The side effect results of having this involved in their operations is, yes, they become a 24/7 answering business, and they get to respond to reviews and all of that. But the side effect result of all of this is really as you improve their operations using these AI tools like voice reviews and conversational AI, it provides the customers with your customers, my customers, with increased revenue to begin with, which ultimately leads to more profit for them. And then they get better reputation, which really means higher rankings on Google, or the digital word of mouth that is available for them, with a bunch of people saying how amazing that particular business is, so that they can rank higher, which means more customers will choose them, and that's how it leads to higher revenue as well. And reduced operational stress by making sure they are providing customer service around the clock and not missing new leads even while they're closed, right? So all of that really leads to them getting more customers meaning more revenue. More revenue essentially trickles down to a better profit bottom line for that business. Now, to do all of that, it's about $500 a month is what it's going to cost them, and a setup fee. Now, there are three pricing plans that I'm going to lead in with, that are going to cover slightly different, they're going to address slightly different markets. Because I am not niching down into a particular niche, the plans that I will be providing or offering to the customers are the $99 per month, the intro offer, Reviews AI, the 24/7 AI, which will be $299 per month, and then the $499 per month plan, which will include majority of HighLevel, but all of the functionality of voice AI, the conversational AI, the reviews AI, automated so that it works well for them as well. So those are the three plans that I'll be leading in with, and let's talk about why I've chosen those plans. So the intro offer, if they say no, they're not interested, uh, my lead-in offer, the offer that I want them to sign up, is the $499 per month plan. That's the plan that I'm going to be offering to majority of the customers as the primary option, as I talk through them and figure out what their needs are, what the problems are that they're struggling with, and what is the solution that we can put together for them. While the $500 per month plan is the one that I want to push, not everybody's budget may fit into that $500 per month plan. Hence, there's these other offers that have been put together to lead them into the Ascension plan of the higher tier offers, by meeting them where they are, where their needs are, and solving their needs at that time for now. Then over time, gaining trust by delivering an amazing service, and then sending them to higher tier plans after they've understood now they can actually, the system works, they can afford it, it'll be great for them to have that, all of that, right? So the intro offer is $99 per month, that I'll be putting up. You could optionally charge a setup fee of something like $100 or $149 to get them set up, if they're choosing the monthly plan. Now, this is a really easy plan to set up. It's low cost and extremely low support. right? Every business needs reviews. We know that, and we know more reviews means more visibility and returns to more customers for the business as well. So like I said, easy to set up. Um, the items that are included in this plan are the automated review requests, review replies to Facebook and Google, review counter card. So if it's a physical business, you can print out a counter card, put a QR code on there, and place it in their business. There's a little bit of strategy that I'm going to be utilizing to with that review counter card that I'm going to share with you as well, as my lead magnet potentially to get businesses to trust and give their business to us. Now, it'll integrate with other review sites. We'll connect it to a social planner so it can post on their social media profiles as well. And we will do a white glove onboarding setup for them, and they'll get access to the 24/7 tech support service. All of that for 99 bucks a month. Now, if you want to enable this for yourself as well, here are the exact features in the SaaS configurator that you need to turn on in order to activate this particular plan for yourself as well. And those are the reputation management, the social planner, and the QR codes. Those are the three features you need to turn on in order for you to have provide access to the reviews AI plan to your customers there. Now, the price of this plan, like I said, on a monthly basis, the way I will present it to our customers will be $99 per month with potentially a $149 setup fee. I may waive the setup fee from time to time, depending on how the sales call goes. Especially initially, I'll be encouraged to waive the fee so I can sign them up as a customer. And as the customer base grows, the discounting will reduce to no discounting at all, just so that as your customer base grows, your pricing will get more and more stricter, and that's the exact same concept I'll be utilizing here as well. Now, the annual plan is heavily discounted. It's more than 50% discounted at this time. The reason for that is to be able to get a yes from the customer to sign up to an annual plan faster so that the cash flow is easier in the beginning, right? When you start out a business, cash flow is really tight. There's nothing coming in. As soon as you land a client, if all you're getting is just $100 at a month. It'll take some time to build up and get number of customers going in before you can start to pay yourself, right? So for that reason, set up a really lucrative annual plan, which is $42 per month or $499 per year for them without a setup fee, so they can say yes to signing up to an annual plan and get access at a discounted rate for themselves. So that's the intro offer on Reviews AI. Now let's talk about the second tier plan, which was the 24/7 AI offer at $299 per month. Now, AI takes initially about 30 minutes to an hour to set up and get and train the bot so that it can answer the questions that people are asking the bot over the voice or in conversations, and setting up their web chat widget and all of that, so that texting could be enabled, so that it is fully functional. Reviews AI will also be part of this plan as well. So setting up reviews setting up reviews, voice AI, and conversational AI will be part of it. However, this plan will be limited from rest of the high-level features. Only the features that are necessary to get these functions working are going to be offered in this plan. And if you want to set up this plan for yourself, here are the exact configuration items you need to select Feel free to take a screenshot of this if you like on your SaaS configurator so that you can provide this plan to your customers and limit the remaining of the high level from them. And those features are, by the way, the initial plan that we set up with the repetition management, social planner, and QR codes, those will automatically be included. And now you've got two-way text that you'll enable, GMB messaging, web chat, call tracking, missed call, Facebook Messenger, and CRM. And those are the features that you will enable. So now that they have access to the voice AI, Convo AI, and Reviews AI. Now, the pricing for these plans will be $299 per month with a setup fee of $750 because it takes a little bit longer to set up, and I don't want my customers doing the setup themselves. I'll be utilizing Extendly's onboarding team to go through the initial setup, and I'll be doing the launch call with them directly myself, where that's where I'm going to train the bot for them, get all the frequently asked questions that they get asked, so that we can train the bot. In the bootcamp, we also talk about setting up a Excel sheet where you can collect all the questions that are coming in from those customers, and utilize that list to train the bot and answer those questions. So I will be doing all of that myself with each customer in the beginning until I get tired of doing so. And at that point, I'll probably need to hire someone to work with me. But the point of the matter is that I'll be taking care of that so that it is all done. The customers are good to go and they stick around for long term with me. The annual plan here is $209 per month without a setup fee. No setup fee included in this plan. And it is $2,499 for the year. Again, if someone is thinking about putting up a monthly plan and putting a $750 setup fee for you and a $300 per month subscription thereafter, so they're paying you $1,000 to begin with, they might as well pay another $1,500 and not have to pay anything for the year thereafter at the $24.99 plan. Makes it easier. It gives them a bigger discount to sign up for the annual plan to the customers initially, and it makes it easier on you to be able to collect that cash flow, and it'll definitely make it easier on the SaaS that I'll be starting to be able to make that cash flow better in the beginning. Now, down the road, as business grows, these prices will change. That price point of the annual will become an equivalent to a 10-month pay period there, right? So it'll be $2,990 instead of $24.99 for the year. But that's as the business grows. Right now, we're talking about the business barely getting off of the ground and just getting started. So for that reason, it will be heavily discounted for the early folks that join on the annual plans and giving them the incentive to join with a discounted price. All right, and this is the ultimate plan that I want to be offering to my customers, that I will be talking to them and the features and the benefits of it, that I'll be talking to them on the sales calls with them. $499 per month. And if you want to set up this plan, you essentially just enable everything in the SaaS configurator there. I think we got a wrong screenshot here, so don't take a picture of it, but you don't need one because you enable everything in the SaaS configurator, and now you can offer that. You can surely limit something if you want to. But at this point, I would just offer everything just so that they have access to everything inside HighLevel. However, I am not talking to them about every single little feature that they would have access to. I will be listening to their problems, talking to them about what their sticking points are and what they're looking to solve, and providing them a solution with this plan, giving me the flexibility to pick and choose whichever features I want of this to activate for them, while surprising them later by having rest of the software available to them as well, which I will leave it to them to explore and find out and be surprised and excited about on their own. So the pricing setup for this is $499 per month with $1,000 setup fee up front and on the monthly side, and then an annual plan, which will be $375 per month on over a 12-month period on average, and $4,499 for the year without a setup fee. No setup fee on the annual plans. The setup fee is being applied on the monthly plans. Again, like I said before, the purpose of this is to ensure that the cash flow continues on early on, hence the heavier discounts in the beginning on the annual plans versus the monthly plans, and waiving the fee for the customers in the beginning. If the setup fee in the beginning if they sign up for the annual plans. All right, now let's take a look at what the direct cost of business is going to be and what the profit margins are going to be here for doing that. I'm actually going to stop sharing my screen real quick and share the Excel sheet that I have open so that it is big enough for all of us to see. All right, share, share, share. Okay. All right, can we all see the Excel sheet? Pretty clear? Yeah? Okay, fantastic. All right, so this is the tier one monthly plan, $99 plan that we talked about, right? The subscription that we're charging is $99. The setup fee one time if we charge would be $149. In this plan, we are not charging them any additional fees that are related to Reviews AI because the plan is literally Reviews AI. So there is no rebilling for Reviews AI. However, there will be rebilling for things like text messages that are going to cost us also, or the phone number, the A2P, and all of that, right? So the reviews on average will it's 8 cents per response to a review based on an average business that gets anywhere from 10 to 20 reviews per month. The cost will be about $2 per month to you. So we're going to take that into account. About 4% processing fee that Stripe will charge us, and a one-time onboarding fee if we're using Extendly. That's $99 for that one onboarding to be done there. And then the cost of this particular boot camp being included here in my investment strategy, $2,995. This leaves me with an $87 monthly profit out of that $99 that I charge. It gives me a $50 profit out of the $149 setup fee that I charge. I'm not accounting for the $50 extra into my monthly profit margins because there are times that I might need to waive that, reduce that, or just do different things with it. But every 2 customers that I charge that $149 setup fee allows me to give one customer the onboarding for free without having it costing me anything at all, right? The 2 customers, if I do charge them $149 each, that's $300. Allows me to onboard 3 customers using Extendly by paying them $99 each. Now, this gives me a break-even point of 22 customers that I need to get in total to break even on the entire investment, including the cost of the $2,995 cost of the bootcamp and the $497 per month subscription fee from HighLevel as well. Now, if we were to do this on an annual plan, this gives me a profit margin of $356 for every $499 I charge, including waiving the $99, the $149 fee, giving me a net profit of $356 for every account there. Roughly about 10 deals of this nature gives me about $3,500 in profit, pays for the high level plan and the boot camp as well. Now let's take a look at the cost structure of tier two, which was a $299 plan. And we were charging a $750 setup fee. So here's a $299 monthly subscription. And then we have, what's going on here? Oh, then we have the $700, 750 setup fee. My cost with Extendly is still the same. It's $99. With that, the cost of the reviews for me is still the same. I'm going to offer about $10 of complimentary credits with on this plan to cover some of their costs there. And uh, the the conversation and voice AI included will on an average will cost me about $35 here. Now, if their usage is high, I will ask them to move on to the $499 plan where the voice AI and conversation AI has unlimited usage provided there. But otherwise, if their usage is low, I will monitor that in the initial months, and I'm averaging about $35 worth of cost, which I'm just going to bear directly myself here. However, the rebilling for the telephone minutes and or the text messages will be passed on at a 1.5 times the rebilling cost versus the original plan, the $99 plan, has a rebilling pass-through cost 2x there as well. We'll cover those in just a minute towards the end of this. But that gives me, including the 4% processing fee from Stripe, gives me about $210 in profit out of that $299, even after covering all of these costs there. And including the onboarding fee profit of $651 there. Roughly about 70% profit margins there for me. And then similarly, if we were to do this on an annual plan of $2,499, gives me a profit margin of $1,556, which at that point I really need two customers to buy this plan, and I'm breaking even on my cost, and I'm profiting on the third plan forward there. Now, the last plan here, the tier three, which is $499 per month with the $1,000 setup fee. And here I will include the cost of the $97 to myself, which I will be paying the $97 to HighLevel. And that is the unlimited AI usage, right? So the customer is not paying any AI usage. However, the customer will pay for any telephone minutes and text messages. I will still provide an additional $10 worth of complimentary credit to the customer to cover some of their phone usage costs there. My cost to onboard them is still $99, and then accounting for the Stripe processing fee of 4% leaves me with a $330 profit per customer on this account here. And then a $901 of profit out of the $1,000 setup fee, which I may need to eventually hire other people in my team to do the launch calls and the setups and things of that nature, which originally I will have the onboarding team at Extendly take care of the initial ones, and I'll do the launch call directly myself. And about 3 customers is all I need to break even here. Now, similarly on the annual plan for the tier three, the price we're charging is $4,499. And if we take into the account of the whole year's payment of the $97 per month, although we will only be paying the one-time $97 here, but I'm taking in account the entire year's worth of $97 payment for the conversation and voice AI cost to HighLevel in this, in the entire year's worth of $10 per month complimentary credits, and the cost of the reviews there as well, including the Stripe processing fees, gives me a profit of $2,912, which at that time I only need one customer to sign up for this plan, and I'm paying off my entire investment. And second customer onwards, we are in the black, making money. So that is the breakdown, guys, of what these plans are going to look like for us. Now, let's go ahead, go back to the remaining of the presentation, and we'll get to any questions thereafter. All right, share screen. Here we go. Okay, so let's take a look at all the three different plans side by side one more time. The Reviews AI is the intro offer with $99 per month. Gives them all the features to be able to gather reviews, respond to reviews, and socially share those reviews on Google. And responding to reviews doesn't happen on other platforms, but definitely happens on Google. So allowing them to rank higher on Google, which will result in more customers seeing their listing and eventually more customers buying from them. And that should take care of the $99 plan investment there from that customer. $299 per month thereafter. That is the limited version of the voice AI, the conversation AI in there. The reason I say limited is because we are not offering them the unlimited minutes. We will be charging them for the minutes at 1.5x. And if their volume is higher, they will be moved on to the $499 tier plan there. And it's also limited from the aspect of remaining of the HighLevel access, the HighLevel software access they have for themselves. Then lastly, $499 per month with a setup fee of $1,000, give them access to the entire HighLevel platform. However, our conversations stay focused around the AI employee factor so that we can make sure that we're not overwhelming them, and I will let them discover the remaining platform on their own, except for the problems we are going to solve using this plan for their customer, which will be discovered during the discovery calls and the demo calls with them. Rebilling based on different tiers that we just talked about. So rebilling on tier 1, which is the Reviews AI plan only, will be 2x the rebilling cost. Tier 2, which is the Reviews AI and the conversation and the voice AI, we called it the 24/7 AI offer. That'll be 1.5x. And then as they go into the larger tier, their cost drops down to 1.2x on the $499 plan. That's exactly how I will be setting this up inside the SaaS configurator so that I can ensure there is blade margins available through the rebilling cost as well, which, by the way, we have not even taken into account in our profit margin calculation that I just went over with you all. Now, how do we prove this to the customer, and how do we help make our customers make their decision easy on the ROI of using our software and subscribing to it? The problem you're solving is missed revenue, right? That's the number one thing that we're solving for them. Essentially, it's missed revenue. They're missing revenue because they're missing calls, or leads are going unanswered, or they're bouncing, whatever the case might be. If in the solution we're providing them is our software. So my AI software subscription is the solution to them. $500 a month is what they pay. If they lose 5 calls, and let's assume each call they lose is $500, $100 worth in revenue on average that they lose. So missing 5 calls is $500. For easy numbers example, it's $500 is what they're going to lose. So if my solution to that business helps them book 5 customers or capture the conversations with 5 customers instead of missing them, they've recovered the $500 per month already from that. And if it helps them book more than that, then they are in the green, in the black, making profit off of that. Alternatively, their option is to hire a receptionist. Receptionist will cost them a minimum of that $3,000 and will still take days off, will still miss calls, will be out on lunch, and will only work 8 hours a day for them, while my solution will provide them a 24/7 consistent customer service experience for every single call that comes in. And we only need to train it one time, really. And anything we provide additional training on, we provided additional training on one time, and now it knows it won't take days off, it won't call in sick, it won't be taking lunch breaks, and it will answer every single call without having a bad mood or providing a bad customer service experience to my customers. So that's the presentation, the ROI decision for them. $500 a month. We help you capture 5 calls. If each call costs $100, we've already captured your revenue there. And maybe if you already have a receptionist that takes calls, they can be busy and doing other things for you. And just to give you an example, I myself at one of my other businesses have had an answering service for about 10 some years that we paid about $1,200 per month for. And this is a 24/7 answering service. Obviously, AI wasn't available at the time. We are now using AI at that business to replace that answering service as well. And it is not costing $1,200 a month to do that, and it is doing a better job than the answering service was, which was still dependent on humans, and we still missed calls during the hold period that they had there. So that's the ROI and the break even there. Now my ask to you is, if any of this is exciting to you and you want to build your SaaS, then this is the last boot camp we are doing. It starts on June 2nd. Come on along on this journey with me, and let's build the SaaS together. I do want to give you a fair warning, though, loud and clear, that there is commitment required, and that commitment is required from you. Everyone has different skill sets. Everyone's going to put in different different effort, and everyone's mindset and experience is different as well. And all of our results are going to be different also. And there is no magic button in life. In business, it is hard work and commitment is what is required, what we need to do in order for us to continue on. But I will promise you that I'm going to be working on this in a day in, day out, and I'll be sharing all of my insights and strategies, just like the pricing plans and the nitty-gritty detail of how I'm planning on positioning this, I just shared with you. All of this comes from my past experience of running businesses as well, and what I've done in those businesses. So if you are committed on taking control, go ahead and join me on this journey, and let's build this SaaS together. It starts on June 2nd. Like I said, you'll get access to all of the assets that I will be getting access to in the Ultimate AI Agency in a Box snapshot system. And the team's going to help us set up everything so that we can get things up and running, saving us several months of time and $5,000 to $8,000 of build costs from scratch without any guidance versus here, all of the guidance is provided. And again, no one will help you win except you for yourself. You have to make the commitment. If you're ready, I'm going to be doing this. I'm doing this for our customers. Feel free to join me. You're more than welcome to come along the journey. We've been doing this boot camp, like I talked about yesterday, for several months now, and here are some of the reviews people have shared. There's a lot more, but here's a few that wanted to share. The boot camp will absolutely help you get everything set up and ready to launch, so you can focus on going out and getting customers for yourself. Your investment in this AI agency snapshot system in the boot camp to work alongside with me is $2,995 for the next 10 people. Getextendly.com/AI is the link. Getextendly.com/AI. Um, and the ROI off of this boot camp for yourself. So we just went through the entire profit margins calculation there that you've seen. And as you saw that if I sell the $499 plan with a $1,000 setup fee to 3 customers only, I break even. I collect about $1,500 for that in that first month there. And my costs are $2,995 for the boot camp and $497 for the high level plan there. And if I sell one annual plan at the 4,499, whatever that
Right.
price was, I'm able to break even immediately right out of the gate as well and have some cash flow going on there. And even if I waive the setup fees and just charge $500 per month, 6 clients is all I need, or 3 customers to pay me twice for 2 months to break even on those items. With that being said, we'll go ahead and open it up to questions that are here and answer all those questions that you guys may have. But this is the last boot camp, and $2,995 is the price. Thereafter, it goes to $3,495, and getextendly.com/AI is the link to join there. And I'll go ahead and open up the chat to take a look at what questions we have and help answer all of those for us. All right, let's go to Q&A. Why is this the last boot camp? Again, why is this last boot camp? Something new coming in afterwards. So this is the last boot camp because it requires time and commitment from myself, and a lot of time and commitment from our team as well. For us to put these on, prepare the back end work that's required. And now that I'm going to be taking on a job of launching an AI platform myself, I won't have any time to commit to the boot camp. Hence, it's the last time we will be able to run it so that we can, so that I can afford to give time to the AI SaaS agency, the WhiteLabel SaaS agency, and make that successful, and then share that experience with the clients that have joined us in the bootcamp. So that's the main reason, because I still do have a lot of other tasks, like the day-to-day tasks that I need to do for Extendly to run that business, and as well as my other businesses as well that I have my involvements in. And of course, family. I just didn't want to crush my time and not and bury myself in so much where I just can't get out of. So I needed to cut back somewhere to make time for it. Boot camp is unfortunately what we're having to cut back so that I can make time for running that SaaS there. What is the review counter card? So I'm glad you reminded me of that. So I wanted to share that strategy. Or what a review counter card is, it's an 8.5 by 11, a pre-designed ask for a review sort of card that has a QR code right in between. You go to the physical businesses, place that in their business, and at the bottom it says, powered by XYZ SaaS or something of that nature, right? And my plan is to utilize that review counter card by itself to go into businesses around town, the city that I live in, and place these counter cards for free for the businesses and introduce myself to them in return so that I can have a conversation with the business owners. At the very least, I will leave the counter card for them and it'll have my agency's name at the bottom and they'll be around town in hundreds of businesses. Whenever other business owners visit these businesses, they'll see the name of my software company, and the hope is that that will, in return, get me to acquire more business, at least have softer conversations, warmer conversations with the businesses that these will be placed in, and allow to introduce myself to them. That's my initial lead generation strategy, one of them, of the many that I'll be utilizing. Feel free to use that if you like. And there's a lot of these type of strategies I have in my mind that I'm going to be going out and testing and using to see which one works well, which one didn't work as well, and which one of these are scalable. And I'll be continuing to come back and share those with you guys here. All right, so let me go ahead and open up the Q&A section. Looks like there's a few questions there. Pre-recorded webinar. Yeah, so the pre-recorded webinar is part of the boot camp. It's recorded by Alex. Alex himself. The reason for the pre-recorded webinar is that it gives you the ability to model your own webinar right after that pre-recorded version of it. So you're able to confidently go in and host your own webinars as you start to scale as well with your customers. So that's the pre-recorded webinar there. Do you plan to increase the cost of products each year? Baron, yes. The product cost, like I said, initially the monthly plans will probably stay intact as to where they are today. The annual plans that I had talked about, those costs will definitely increase significantly there. Then around Black Friday, each year we'll have a discounted promo that may go out, which will give access to people to join in at a discounted rate, maybe waive the initial setup fee or something of that nature. But all of that will be in play, and the discounts will go down less and less as the business scales and the profitability or the cash flow increases, and the need of discounting the services because you're brand new reduces, because you'll have a lot of testimonials, reviews from others to be able to continue on. Why is this last boot camp? We already answered that, so that's taken care of. Will you be thinking about selling boot camp recordings later? No, I don't think we'll do that at all. The boot camp recordings are available to our existing customers, though. When presenting these plan options, should we also consider their ads budget as well, so they are aware of their total investment It's paid ads budget. Benny, I am not going to be discussing their paid ads strategy at all. I am not going to be presenting myself as a digital marketing company to them. I'll be presenting and positioning the company as a software provider, right? A software subscription for them that offers the technology for their business rather than the marketing services, so that they can use the software to run their business. My interest is to become an operationally attached product to their business. Once I become an operationally attached product, then I'm a utility bill thereafter, and it helps me reduce the churn. In fact, customers won't even think about canceling the service because it is part of their day-to-day operations, and it's just something that works and runs their business, so that they're not worried about, oh, these ads didn't do well, my marketing company is not working. And a lot of times, as you and I both know, they don't even know whether they don't even have the data to say that their ads are not working. It's just the feeling that I think I'm paying too much. I need to cancel my service, which is why digital marketing companies have an average churn rate after 3 months, the client retention of just 3 months, and they get canceled. So I don't want to do anything with paid ads initially. I just want to be an operationally attached product with them. Now, down the road, I may bring up the ability for them to run ads on their own, utilizing either the HighLevel platform or something like UpHacks, to be able to, because the Facebook ads and Google ads are now built in as well on both of these platforms, so that they can run it utilizing that. But I myself don't want to be involved as a digital marketing agency, and don't want to tell my customers that that's what we are. So that's one of the ways I'll be setting myself apart from the others that are offering it as digital marketing agencies. I hope that helps answer that question. Just to confirm, all of this cost and pricing structure is in USD. That is correct. It is all in US dollars. It needs to adjust for local currency for those outside of US. Yeah, percentages will probably stay the same, but yeah, you want to adjust based on your exchange rate and all of that there, and your local market, depending on what the price points are there. This assumes you're already an agency. I'm a sub-account thinking to transition to a full SaaS agency to do this, but what other startup budget and time required getting up and running on top of this investment? Just a rough order magnitude figure is fine. So roughly about $3,500, the $29.95 for this, the $497 for your HighLevel plan, right? That's essentially what's required for you to go in, set yourself up, and start getting customers. Now, there will be additional costs after month one, month two, month three that you will start to take on. And those additional costs may be you're starting to run ads for yourself as you're feeling more and more comfortable for yourself. You may start doing other type of marketing. You may hire team members, right? But all of those additional costs come with revenue being increased. So if your revenue is increasing, you're being able to afford those costs. That is when you go in and add on those additional costs there. Initially, though, these are roughly the costs that you need. Definitely aim for like incorporating your LLC and fees of that nature that you may need, that are just must and necessary. So about another $500 or so in miscellaneous costs. But once you get the business up and running, you're going to want to set up things like bookkeeping, right? But you don't need to do bookkeeping for the first year until towards the end of the year before you're ready to file taxes. And yes, you're going to need to pay for all of the different months at that time, but the reason for delaying is that you want to build the cash flow and build a business up front first so that you can take on those additional costs and not have to invest out of your pocket into those. I hope that helps. All right, can you review your pricing strategy again? The 295 plan for the AI fees. Are you setting up max charge that will communicate that you will communicate that upfront? So the pricing is $299 per month with a $750 setup fee. They will get access to about $10 worth of credit there. They will be communicated that there are additional charges that are usage charges, which are going to be just the phone and the text messages. If they're using the phone system and the text messages, there will be per minute charges. We'll let them know what those costs are, and they'll be communicated in a manner. It's about a penny per text message or a penny per or a penny and a half per minute, whatever that cost is, right? That's how that'll be communicated to them so that it's clear, they're aware, uh, and have the knowledge of the additional charges. The AI charges on that, I will not be passing that forward to them. So the voice AI charge, the conversation text AI charge, the reviews AI charge, those will be absorbed, which is why the $35 average per account cost that came in. And that may adjust slightly up or down depending on usage. But from the research I've done and having my own businesses, that's approximately the cost that I am expecting there for them. And then there is the 4% of the Stripe fees that we're accounting for as well, which reduce the profit there. Brian, I hope that helps answer that question. All right. The profit for the annual plan or the 2009 of 2,912 should be annual profit slash loss, not monthly, correct? That is correct, Leah. It is the annual because you're collecting that fee one time and you're doing it upfront. It is and that payment's only coming to you one time in the entire year until they renew again. So it is the annual profit until they renew again. Your slide had said monthly. Okay, I apologize about that. But it is a annual plan. Any of the annual plan profit margins I shared are only a annual profit, not monthly, just for clarification, in case that was misunderstood. All right. Guys, I'm going to continue on. There's a lot more questions in the Q&A as well. So I'm prioritizing the Q&A questions first and then as I see some of the ones in the chat, and I'll answer those as well. Can we use Extendly for onboarding? Yes, you can. And you don't necessarily need to use the tech support part as well, unless you want to. They are both two separate services. The WhiteLabel onboarding service and the tech support service are two separate services. If you only want to use one or the other, you can definitely pick and choose and use them appropriately as well. We also have an AI-only plan on the support side of things, which costs $99 per month. So, maybe you don't want to offer a 24/7 support service. Instead, you want to say, hey, we have AI support available for anything else that you can't get help with, just message me or something like that initially. You can definitely do that as well. That way, it only costs you $99 per month versus whatever the other costs are. All right. Could you please summarize what we get in the $29.95 package other than the GHL features provided by the platform? What is Extendly offering for the 3K? All right, so I am going to share my screen one more time so I can answer that question thoroughly. All right, so for the 29.95 price point, what we're providing is the entire AI agency in a box snapshot system, and in that, in
Was it a couple or was it Sun? I mean, Sun might, but I thought it was a.
sorry, guys, I'm gonna mute whoever that was. They're probably accidentally talking. All right, so here is, all right, here we go. So first off, sales pages. There's four niche sales pages built, and a general page built as well, which is a non-niche page, and that is what I will be using for myself, because I am not niching down initially. And sales pages are there, all the sales messaging, the positioning, all of that's there. What does the system do when the customer buys it? The features and its benefits and all of that are presented here. So I can look like a professional software startup from day one there, just as any software startup would launch. So that's there. Ad templates are also provided along with the lead magnet ad templates as well. The prompts to set up the agents. There's actually an agent included in the snapshot itself, which have been worked through. And I use those exact prompts in my own businesses as well for my restaurants and for my security company. The lead magnets so I can continue to collect the leads. Those are also built out. The checkout flows, the automation, the thank you page, getting them to book a call for a demo, the demo video, all of that is provided here within a complete webinar system, which is a full snapshot that sells for $24.95 by itself. This has been modified to fit AI systems within, so that is provided as well as part of this bootcamp. So those are the assets along with the entire implementation of the program as well, all the different assets that are coming in for you. So the setup of that onboarding is also included along with coaching on the sales and prospecting side from POD, Prospecting on Demand, which is Alex's company. So that is all what's covered in the 29.95 plan there. All right, let's continue on. There's a lot of questions here. I'm going to try to go through as many as I can. If you guys are feel free to stick around with me. If you have to go, you're free to go as well. But if there's any questions around the pricing model that I discussed today, do let me know in the Q&A, and I'll be happy to answer those for you. What are we able to work with you on our off days, Tuesdays and Thursdays? On Tuesdays and Thursdays, you'll be given some homework as well from the boot camp that'll tell you to accomplish the next task in line. So that's what you'll be working on. Essentially, though, every action of yours need to go towards once the setup processes are done. Now go talk to go out there, talk to customers, start prospecting, figure out ways to generate leads for yourself. I'll be sharing the strategies that I'll be using and whatever's working for me. And there's probably going to be other members that are going to share their own strategies as well that may work for them. Should we avoid startups or newly open businesses that may need customers? Absolutely. As you're a startup yourself, and if your offer to them, first off, I would avoid an offer in of such nature that is promising them leads, marketing, and additional business by the manner of um, paid ads or marketing or SEO or things of like that, right? Those offers already exist out there and they have existed for years and years. Businesses have heard those offers many, many times, and they're not new to them. Many of them been burnt by them as well. I like to position my businesses around an operational core of a business. If you take actually a perfect example is if you take a look at Extendly's business. Extendly's business is not marketing. Extendly's business is to provide you tech support services, right? Which is attached to your operational core there. Similarly, this white label SaaS business that I'm going into, the reason I've gone with the AI agency model is because I don't want to go out there and say, hey, I'm going to get you 20 leads tomorrow, or I'll work for you for free until I get you those 20 leads or whatever the general offers are. I want to say that, hey, I want to help you reduce your operational stress and help you make more money by utilizing my systems. And this is exactly how we're going to do that, right? We're going to save you costs because it's going to eliminate employees or reduce reliance on employees utilizing something like voice AI. We're going to get you ranking higher on Google, which is going to help you become more visible, in return, get you more customers. Now, all of those are operational cores that we are attaching ourselves into their business with, which makes my product and my service much more stickier for that customer so that they don't cancel. Because remember, making the sale out of the gate one time is just the beginning of us starting to do our job. In a recurring subscription model, we need to win over that customer month over month over month to continue on with us, which means our fulfillment needs to be solid. And if the fulfillment is attached to their operations and them having to use that on a regular basis to run their business, then they're getting the benefit from that fulfillment, from that product, from that service on a regular basis without even having to wonder whether this particular thing that I signed up for is actually working for me or not. While on the marketing side of the aspect, they may be questioning themselves, hey, I'm spending $3,000 a month or $5,000 a month. It's a lot of money. When someone's spending a lot of money like that, they are looking at it very, very closely. And if they don't see results immediately, they're going to cancel, which means I will constantly be chasing customers. And I'm not interested in constantly chasing customers, which is why my offer has nothing to do with marketing services at all. And I'll not pitch the marketing services to them at all. All right. Yeah, so going back to your question, Benny, which that's why I would avoid um, the uh, the startups if you're pitching them marketing services and promising them leads and more business. But if someone else is taking care of that, and what you're promising them is to help them answer their calls and make them a 24/7 business and provide customer service utilizing AI, you have no problem. As long as they can afford it, sign them up. And you don't have to shy away from them. All right. How does previous bootcamp alumni register for the June 2nd bootcamp? So all of the previous bootcamp alumni will have access to all of the recordings in the June bootcamp and all of the assets and strategies that I'll share as well. And for sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. So yes, all the assets will be provided to the previous attendees and the bootcamp recordings as they become available every day, including any marketing assets and changes we make to the snapshot will also be pushed. You just can't have access to the live calls because we want to make sure those are available for the new attendees who have not gone through, so that we can limit the group to be a smaller size and not have the previous 400 people, 400, 500 people on it, and not allowing the new folks to get their questions answered. All right. Can you bootstrap without being a Go high level user? Do you need high level expertise to get going or bring in a resource so you're not a deer in a headlight tiering setup? You can certainly bootstrap. My strategy is I'm gonna utilize a credit card. That's what I'm gonna put when I go to make a purchase. On Extendly and buy the services. They're all gonna be on that card, so I can track that. And I'll have 30 days to pay that right before. And I'll have 30 days to generate that revenue. So that's sort of my strategy that I want to go with there. To pretend to be not put in any money out of the gate myself, and just utilize a credit card as a part of the experience here and the case study. But you definitely want to have experience in using HighLevel. If you don't, I would dive deep in and start learning HighLevel, start using it yourself for the exact product and services you're going to offer. You can definitely bring in a resource, but your cost just goes much higher than that, right? So if you can afford to bring in a resource, then there's plenty of folks here and in the high level space that would be happy to offer you their assistance there. But nothing works better than learning the setup yourself, learning how to use the product yourself. If you're going to be selling this product to your customers, you want to know how to use it as well, so that you can provide them with a solution when they're sharing their problems with you, right? So if you're on a demo call and you can't demo it to them properly because you don't know how to use the thing, they'll know very well, right? So learn to use the thing and then sell it. That's my ideology. That's what I like to do. And every time I've relied on someone else's knowledge to help me, for example, like the setup stuff, it just hasn't worked well, or it has held me back in one manner or the other. So I like to go deep and learn things myself and utilize them. So that's what I would suggest. All right. Sounds like we need to focus on business who already have established customers. Is that right? Yeah. So both type of business folks work. There's plenty of businesses out there that have established businesses. They are a better type of customer for you as well, because they're not worried about looking at a $500 bill and thinking it's too expensive, right? So the businesses that are more established are definitely a better type of a customer for you. But I think you said they will not get unlimited AI on that plan. Yeah, so Brian, I think you're referring to the previous question of the $295 plan, the 299, whatever that price is, the middle tier plan. In the middle tier plan that I talked about, they're not getting unlimited AI. I am absorbing the cost for them. However, that cost absorption is only to a certain point. Thereafter, they'll be asked to say, hey, you've reached our usage limit. We need to move you to the higher tier plan, or we need to charge you an X amount extra as an add-on fee to provide you with unlimited usage, or you're going to pay per usage or something like that, right? That's the plan there. I hope that clears that up. Can you explain Extendly customers onboarding? If you go unlimited, is it $99 per onboarding client and then a monthly fee to Extendly? Dylan, so the way it works is the onboarding service and the tech support service are two different products at Extendly. The tech support service is X dollar per month. The unlimited plan is $999 per month with unlimited number of customers, or the starting plan is 99 and 199 per month there if you're in the starting phase. The onboarding service is just a pay-as-you-go type of a product per customer. And if you are, so the boot camp attendees are getting a special discounted price, which averages out to $99 per onboarding per customer for them. Dylan, let me know if that question covered it or if there's anything else that needs help. All right, let's continue on. Chris, for your annual plans, how do you apply the monthly credit for minutes? Are you all programs at $10 of credit? Yeah, so there's an ability that that lets you give the credit and credit there. So if it's the $10 per month, it'll just add in $10 every month, even though they're on an annual plan for you. So that'll take care of that. What's on the agenda tomorrow? Tomorrow we're talking about now that we've made the sale, talking to how to onboard that customer and provide them support there, which actually attaches directly to Extendly's services as well. So that's what we'll be talking about tomorrow. Once you've made the sale, how to fulfill on that service and onboard your customers. Can the lead connector phone number be used to make outbound calls from UK to US? How does it get set up? What does it cost? Ray, I am unsure about that. I know it can make outbound calls within UK and from a US number to a US number. I am unsure if UK to US is if the international calls work or not. That is something we would need to check. I do not know the answer to that one. On using the QR code and trigger links with the review place card. Oh, are you using the QR codes and trigger links? Lane, I'll be using the QR code that is within HighLevel. HighLevel has a QR code feature as well. And so that'll be used, placed on a, here, let me see if I have one of these open and I can just show it to you guys. All right, let's take a look. Let me close out of this. All right, here we go. So here is an example of, let me move this out of the way as well. If you guys can see my screen, here's an example of one of the designs I was talking about. And the QR code goes right in the middle, and the people scan it, and they can leave a review. So yeah, I'll be utilizing the difference. One thing differently that I'm going to do is at the bottom right here, where the blank space is, I'll be putting my company's logo and how to reach, how to connect with us so that they can also get these set up for themselves as well in a way, as a way to capture leads from them. So there's a few different designs that we've already put together that you get access to. I hope that helps answer that question. All right. I noticed there's no sales page for a digital marketing agency. How can this be offered to marketing agency biz? Lana, I don't, yeah, the Snapshot doesn't have a sales page related to a digital marketing agency because the whole concept is not to be seen as a digital marketing agency, instead to be seen as a software and position the product as a software company. So that is not something that we offer there. Does this include funnels already? And what is a high level? So yeah, the funnels are included. High level is the software which this whole thing is built on. And if you don't understand high level yet, then this is not a product you should be buying. If you don't know what high level is or have never used it, definitely not a product you should be buying. This is not for you. This is for those folks that have been around high level or already understand high level or are starting an agency on high level. Um, uh, so that's who this is for. Are there any payment plans? Yante, I'm sorry, there are no payment plans available on this. Tomorrow, can you show us how the call answer works? Baron, yes, absolutely. I've done this several times in the past. It does, and I can show you live how the voice AI works there as well. Hold up, I thought your bootcamp teaches GHL as well. AJ, we teach, we have something called GHL 101 that gives you knowledge on the basics of high level there. However, and although the bootcamp is around setting up the AI agency and giving you the knowledge how to set up everything related to the agency and demo to your customers, setting up voice agents. All of that is taught, but we're not going into the nitty-gritty details of different parts of high level that are not related to this. So we're not teaching the entire high level. That thing is a massive undertaking. If that was the impression, that is absolutely incorrect. But however, we are teaching the parts that are um, related to high level. I'm sorry, related to the AI agency. Can you please show the wording used to train the conversation AI? That is an entire prompt that we have. That is, and then um, there's a lot of under business knowledge that goes in to it to help train. But I apologize. The prompt itself is part of the boot camp. I can't share that. Why don't you offer the voice receptionist as a offer? How much would you charge? Um, So the $300 mark is what that would be for if the voice receptionist as a standalone product. That's that 24/7 AI offer is essentially that. But instead of saying just a voice receptionist, it includes reviews AI and conversational AI with the web chat widget installed on their website. So it's a little bit more of a complete package than just one piece of it. But $300 per month is what the charge would be on that. What creates the sustainability with all the new products being offered with AI? Has your team already started brainstorming ways to stay relevant in an ever-changing, fast-moving market? I am sure there's going to be a lot of hurdles related to that are going to come up, and as the AI landscape changes. However, I'm confident that we'll be able to keep up with it and understand from the customers. the main thing is, hence the reason why I am so hell-bent on offering a product or service um, uh, that is attaching your product or service and becoming a utility bill by being attached to their operations, is that people don't change their operational items as fast as well. So that gives us more breathing room to be able to understand what are things changing to. And then luckily on our side, we've got HighLevel who's constantly developing and staying up on top as well, adding in new features, which we can continue to excite our customers with as well as the AI landscape changes, which luckily for me, I don't have to worry about coming up with those ideas because HighLevel's dev team is doing that. So we have them behind us as a dev team there. Do you charge the setup and first month at the same time or start with the subscription after setup? It is charged at the same time. So when they go through it, they're paying for the setup and the subscription at the same time. You can certainly set a delay of the subscription start to 7 days, 14 days, or longer if you wanted to. A 30-day where you can say, hey, your first month covers with the setup. But the purpose of charging at the same time is the turnaround being almost immediate, to be able to get them set up and up and running within just a few days instead of taking a whole month. So that's that. All right, Chris, we've got when we buy onboarding one, what is the expected turnaround time from sign up to starting? Our current onboarding, Chris, I think you were talking about the white label onboarding service where your customer signs up and then they get onboarded with the Extend Lease team, is generally 1 to 3 day period. Typically, it's around that. At most, I've seen it gone up to about 7 days, but when it goes that high, our team's working very hard on that to bring it back down to the 1 to 3 day period. But we haven't seen the 7 day thing happen in a really long time now. So 1 to 3 days is what I would suggest. And currently, I was told just a few days ago, we also have some same-day onboardings available as well. Oh, shoot. Darn, Chris, there was a second question to that, which disappeared on me now. Okay, there's another question from you. I'm curious, what's your opinion for offering an extended trial that is free subscription, but pay for what you use during the trial, 1.5 or 3x of the rebilling, then after, say, 90-day subscription kicks in? That's definitely a possibility. I don't think that is something I would try right out of the gate, as I am building for the business out of the ground, and solving for the initial cash flow problems that a brand new business has. Maybe down the road, that could potentially be an offer that could be tested, but definitely not as you're starting out there. All right, I just got done through the entire Q&A section, and I know we've got lots of questions in the chat as well, so I'm going to try to answer as much as I can here as well. All right. By the way, if you got a question that I missed and didn't get answered, or something of that nature, and you want to unmute yourself, just hit the raise hand emoji thing, and then you can unmute yourself and ask the question as well. So I can take a break and stop reading for a little bit. But yeah, feel free to do that. Unmute yourself and ask a question if you need to. All right. In the meantime, I'm going to scroll up a little bit to get
So
some.
I will take advantage of that because
All right.
I I'm a consultant for a lot of local businesses here in Asheville that are working on our CRM and so on. And I really like the idea of like almost segmenting out of my core business because I'm a full stack web developing and digital marketing company. And, you know, breaking, even though these customers have been with me for months and they have retainers and everything's good, they're just shy of AI. So getting that conversation going about like, okay, you have the CRM already, but you're utilizing email and text messaging, not great. And you're doing a lot of the reputation management, not great. But we have at least AI working for you for many of them. So, what is the pitch for those that are just not sure of the technology yet? They fear the extra cost because they're already paying a retainer every month. Do we absorb that and just like, okay, let's just use the usage fees and like make money from that plus a setup fee possibly? So that's where I'm kind of sitting.
So you currently have an offer, you're already providing a service to businesses. So you're thinking about how can you add the voice AI portion of it to the business?
Yeah, I mean, because most of the businesses, of course, they have phone calls. I work with small business brick and mortars mostly, but
Perfect.
usually also have an online presence, so retail.
Right.
And so we're doing some of them, because you know how Meta goes. You spend $700, it's not even enough to even get started. They don't get success right away. They're like, dude, we spent $700, $1,000 with you. It didn't really pan out. The ROI is not there. And I'm like, it takes like 3 months to dial in, 6 months to actually get it going. It's a hard message to like overcome. So
Right.
now I'm just like, okay, who are you paying to answer it? Well, I got, Sally, who's like 18 and still in school and high school, and she's answering the phone, and we get our business done that way. So how do you overcome that? Because they already have people answering the phone that are real people. And what I'm trying to like is like, okay, what about customer nurturing? So what I'm thinking at least is like, how often do you check in? I know you got text message. I know you got the automations because we gave them to you. We've built out entire snapshots. So what do we do to tell them that this is the future and this can be profitable X, Y, Z, and Y? That message I'm not clear on yet.
Yeah, so I mean depending on the business type, let's go through that exercise. So majority of all the businesses, even if someone is answering, they have a receptionist that's answering the calls and they're paying them $20 an hour or something like that, and they feel even if you come out with this voice AI thing, I still need a human there in play to answer those calls, right? Which is fine, fair. They need that. However, depending on your call volume, is Sally being able to answer every single call? Does Sally stay there the entire 8 hours of her shift and never takes a bathroom break, doesn't miss a call? There's not multiple calls coming in. You still have those type of issues, right? So the voice AI is going to cover all of that and avoid you missing calls, provide consistent customer service to new customers and existing customers, and it's there 24/7 even after you close. Majority of the businesses, even after they close, they still get some calls coming in, right? Even after they close, but those calls just go missed. And now you're able to capture those calls. So that's one way I would try with that and see if that works. But overall, even if you all you did was just say, hey, let this be your initial receptionist or an after hours sort of a catch-all calls if you don't answer and just put it in, have them try it out. They're already your customer. You're not trying to get them as a new customer. Just say, hey, we're gonna activate this thing. We're gonna try it out. Give it a shot for a month, and then let's see what the results are. And you'll be able to see how many calls your voice AI took versus how many calls that human took. And now you've got data to go back to them and say, by the way, this costs X dollars per month additional, which you should absolutely have.
All right, that's it. Thank you. I'm sorry for the background noise.
No worries, no worries. You're good. Thanks, Dennis.
So at the end of the day, though, like I got to figure out how to make, because my important thing, and I think for most agencies, is retention.
That is correct. It is retention and having, like you said, getting the Facebook ads dialed in, or whatever it is that you're doing there. It takes time, and that's understandable. And people get canceled generally fairly fast. And I'm sure you've gone through that process and seen that happen as well, where a customer hires you and expects results immediately, even though you've set some expectations in place. If they're spending $1,000 on something, they're looking at that $1,000 like a hawk.
I mean, look, I customer service is everything in this industry. So we keep good communication and transparency with all of our clients. And the only thing that most of them are concerned, because I don't know if you know anything about Asheville, but we went through Helene, like everybody's down 18 to 25%. And to keep the customer like finding value, even if they're growing, they weren't growing like they were before Helene, because even their own employees like have left because they couldn't afford to live here after Helene. And so there's a job shortage, costing wage prices increase. And so what I'm trying to figure out is, can I make the actual money work for this type of niche? Or do I just say, look, for extra $50 a month, you get this, here's what your data transfer fees are, and just call it a day. Like I want to think that your boot camp is going to have value for me, but I really need to understand how I'm going to return that investment. And so that's where I'm kind of on the fence. And I have partners, so it's not just convincing me. I have to convince them. So you convince me, you convince them.
Absolutely. Definitely talk to them as well and see if it makes sense or not there. But yeah, so essentially you by offering software as a subscription, you're creating yourself another way to keep them intact, even if they temporarily cancel out on marketing services. But sounds good. Thanks, Dennis. Daniel, you've got your hand raised, sir.
Hold down, right? Thanks, man. Yeah, I just had a quick, more technical sort of operational question.
Mhm.
So I currently have my SaaS business under brand A at the moment, which is more for my sort of white glove premium clients. And then I've just set up a new brand with the focus of making that my AI SaaS offering. And I'm hoping that that doesn't mean I need to set up an entirely new sort of GHL, because I'm aware that you can only have one sort of SaaS brand and configurator. But ideally, what I'd want is my AI business to have obviously its own plans, its own brand, and for customers when they log in to their sub account to have that branded as that business, and my current customers with my brand A to log in and see it branded as this business. And I'm just curious how that looks and works in terms of essentially running two SaaS businesses within the one GHL account.
Two different brands. I have not done that yet, and I don't know if that's technically possible. However, I do know HighLevel is coming out with what's called the SaaS Configurator V2. And the purpose of that is to do exactly what you just said, to be able to run. So your agency will have a sub account, then your SaaS business will have a sub account, and the SaaS configurator will attach to each one of each sub account will have its own SaaS configurator essentially, and you'll be able to adjust branding appropriately as well. They've talked about that for quite some time. The SaaS configurator V2 initial parts of it are now live. The branding piece is still missing, but I'd assume that's not too far away at this time.
Okay, thanks. And then obviously with Extendly, we can manipulate all the CSS and brand our GHL platform in a good way. I'm assuming then with like I've already got the sort of the support plan and onboarding and everything with that through Extendly and use that configurator to brand my dashboard. Will that then have an extra instance which will allow me to brand the other sort of SaaS business sort of dashboards as well?
We don't have anything of that nature available at this time ourselves. Although there is the theme customizer that allows you to customize
Mm.
the feel and look, but that's only it's mainly for one brand. It doesn't allow you to do that individually on sub accounts or create a second brand out of it.
Okay. And then the final question, if that's the case, obviously you've built a really nice interface to be able to manipulate the CSS to do that brand. Are we able to access that CSS so then we can go and change that for our other brand directly in GHL?
Sorry, say that one more time. I didn't quite get it.
Obviously, like in the Extendly dashboard,
Uh-huh.
you've built a really nice interface to allow us to go and configure the design of
Yeah.
our GHL dashboard.
Mhm.
Is it possible to receive that CSS code so then we can then go and use that code base to change the design directly with GHL for the other brand colors and logos and things?
Oh, I don't think so. Because I know we have just a piece of JavaScript that gets installed on the agency side, but the main code is behind a cloud.
Okay,
So I don't think you're going to be able to get that to copy the code and then go change it elsewhere.
no worries, thank you.
Alrighty, sounds good. Edith.
Hi. Yes, I was the one who asked the question. And this might help be local one too, because Dennis, I thought it was really cool when uh, in one of the presentations in High Levi, there's a promptee and you can quickly configure that, have it if the website allows, it will scan the website and it will do some uh, uh, primary kind of things. You can then chat with it and ask it some questions, and that's like on the spot. Will you be able to demonstrate that at least tomorrow, perhaps? Or
Are
do
you
you know what I'm referring to?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what. Uh,
It's in highlevi.ai,
got
and
it.
it's at the bottom, and it's the prompt, the promptee, or
Oh, the prompt near. Okay, got
yeah,
it.
yeah, and
Um,
it's
uh, yeah. So, well, I will not be able to go into demonstrating that product
oh,
tomorrow,
okay, okay.
um, because we definitely want to stick to the agenda that we have planned for tomorrow. But it's available right on Hey Levi's website.
On whose website?
Hey Levi's website, heylevi.ai.
Oh, yeah, the promptee, yeah, but the configuration of it isn't, and it's just really quick. So, okay.
Yeah, yeah, sounds good. Cedric.
Hello, sir.
Hey, Cedric.
Hello, thank you. My question would be, who would be your ideal profile to join this opportunity? What I mean by that is, like, we're an MSP, we're cybersecurity first MSP, so we already have customers asking about essentially to provide a strategic approach to AI to identify opportunities. This is certainly a good opportunity.
Mhm.
uh, and whether we are a good profile to or is it just like you're looking for agencies? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of people saying they run agencies, so just
Yeah.
wanted to see in terms of being successful in the program and having knowledge with Go High Level and some of the platforms that will likely be in use.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. So, an ideal person is someone who is wanting to utilize HighLevel and white label it for themselves to provide it to their customers. Whether they're an agency or another value-added reseller or an MSP like yourself, if the intention is to white label HighLevel and provide it as a software service, either attached to existing services like yours or marketing services or something else in a value-added reseller manner, then you're going to go through what this boot camp is going to go through anyways, trying to figure it out all on your own. So this boot camp becomes a little bit of that shortcut to be able to do it with guidance instead of having to go through the entire trial and error and trying to do it yourself.
okay, thank
Does
you.
does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. All right, Greg.
Yeah, hey, thank you so much. Sorry, I jumped into this call really late, so if I ask a really ignorant question, I apologize in advance. So what I'm looking for, obviously very familiar with HighLevel. I've been trying to sort of engineer the actual deliverable as far as the AI component. So like with the review/referral mechanism, also like database reactivation stuff using AI conversations. What I want to know with your snapshot though is, I mean, I obviously see a lot of the front-facing assets within the snapshot. So like for my business, agency, AI business, whatever it would be, like that's great, landing pages, all the marketing materials. But what I really want is like the actual like back end pieces of the automation, right? So like the workflows with the conversational AI, with the prompts and all that is within the snapshot that you're providing. Does it cover that, or is this like the actual like agency side of building this offer? And then I'm just trying to get a gauge of what's actually within the offer and the snapshot.
Yeah, there's a good amount of automations inside there. Not all of them are AI related. There's AI agents that are pre-built as well. On the voice side, there's a receptionist and answering service and automations related to them in there. Then there's automations related to the marketing side of your own product, the calendars, the nurture sequences, the lead magnet delivery, the purchase flows, and all of that. So those are all the different types of automations. I'm trying to think from the top of my head, looking at it, that are available inside it, along with some AI as well. If the question is directing towards, are there advanced level
Wait, but then
AI AI automations in there, the answer to that is no. There are enough automations to help get started, but there's not any type of advanced level automations on the AI side.
I really appreciate you answering that because that's one of the things that tripped me up is trying to find I'm looking for a solution to where, I mean, I know what I want it to do. I know what I want the business to do. I just need like the technical, I don't have time to learn it. Like I'm too busy running my own business, so I just need like the actual back end piece. So I really appreciate you clarifying that. And it sounds like it's more geared towards primarily the focus is the voice AI versus like conversational stuff. Is that correct too?
Voice and conversation both, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
With
awesome. Thank you.
that heavy focus towards the voice side of things.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate you answering the question.
Yep, no worries, no worries. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. We've been hanging out for 2 hours. I am feeling a little tired. I hope I've answered all the questions. If there are more questions, we will get to them tomorrow. Please be sure to be there tomorrow at the same time, the same exact link. How many days is the bootcamp? Lizzie, the bootcamp is 12 sessions. It starts from June 2nd, goes till June 27th, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But anyways, thank you guys. Have an amazing day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.